10, 15 years.
Yeah.
But COVID made it faster.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's insightful. So, having mentioned the examples that you gave, what are some that you've seen, maybe your church or some other churches using it effectively, and how are they using it?
At the moment, churches are holding live services. I had mentioned that.
Right.
And they are now very well organized, so that even if you are following it remotely, you feel like you are part of the church.
Right.
I remember recently going back to church physically after some time, and felt like I had always been there. Felt like I didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
So we have live services going on and virtual meetings where people are able to now meet using meeting platforms, and have things like Bible studies and discipleship meetings happening. Then even for conferences, church conferences that were also a physical thing and a big thing are also happening remotely, and they are even easier for people to attend, because previously a church has a conference that's taking some 3 days. It's hard for somebody to be physically present there for 3 days.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's easy to plan that we have a conference that's happening, and we do it in the evenings, and from the comfort of my sitting room I can be able to follow whatever is happening. Churches are also publishing content online, not just for the members but for the masses.
Right.
And if you looking for help on a certain topic, chances are high that you can end up on a church platform whereby you are reading content that has been created by a church. Even offerings. Nowadays, there are seamless ways, thanks, of course, to M-Pesa, which has made it possible for many places, for many people to give, especially in Kenya, where mobile money is dominant.
Yeah.
And also, we are also seeing churches running promotional activities online. We are seeing hashtags being promoted by churches, and they trend for quite some time. So churches are now able to promote an agenda and keep it running.
Right.
So those are some of the examples that are there.
Yeah. Talking of churches promoting hashtags.
Yes.
Most of the time, whenever I visit Twitter, the trending site, the trending hashtags, sometimes I see some weird hashtags, but when you follow them, it actually belongs to the church of what do we call the Jesus is Lord?
Repentance and holiness.
Exactly.
Yes.
That one. Like they have a really, those are the guys they
seem to have a team.
Yeah. To get an hashtag to trend, you must have like a really good team working on it. So I think that thing, them using that helps them to reach more people. So maybe just to mention the thing of now that everyone, most of the people anyway who are church attending were doing remotely. Would you say that it would be like really weird to go back to church knowing that why should I go there physically when I can already, when I can just stream it live from home? What's the difference? What's the difference between, being there live and then streaming live?
Yeah. At the moment, actually, there are many people who have realized that I can actually follow the service online. Yeah. Why should I be there physically?
True.
Of course, at the moment, people are being encouraged to stay at home because of COVID, and who knows what comes after COVID or whether it comes to an end. But from a different perspective, is that not just for church, but for a human need, which we need more as human beings, is that we need the physical connection as human beings. We are social beings.
Right.
And technology is helping bridge a barrier that has been brought about by COVID.
Right.
But we know the real thing is really not meeting virtually, but being able to meet as people. So even in the work context where people are able to work remotely, it takes a lot of effort to make them come together as a team. You've seen some companies calling their people back because there are other social aspects that needs to be met. Like we need people to interact, to play together. It's good for our health, for our mental health, for development as human beings. So in the church, it's the same case, that technology is just something that should be helpful to make you enjoy the fellowship when you are away. It should not really be the norm that it's a complete alternative, because at the end of the day, you need to interact with the people physically, maybe over a cup of coffee or tea. Even if technology is helping us to stay in church while we are not in church, there's also still the place of being there physically. Yes.
So it should not be like we are substituting now the attendance of church with live streaming.
Yes, it should be something more of a supplement. Yes.
So now, since that comes out something like a challenge when it comes to church utilizing technology, maybe you can enlighten us a little bit on some other challenges that the church is experiencing when it comes to using technology.
Okay, there's quite a number of them, and as I said earlier, before COVID, the possibility of attending a virtual church was very limited or rare. There were a few churches, especially in the West, which have virtual campuses whereby they were doing it, but they were also bringing people physically.